This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Be advised that the views and opinions of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
You are what you watch.
Hello, my name is Harriton Wadko. Welcome to the program. I was looking at the monitor when I should be looking at you, so I'll put away the monitor. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat at salamat, narito po kayo lahat. Ladies and gentlemen, before we start the show, maybe I could give you a small brief on little issues. When confronted by threat, and worse, by authority, especially those that abuse this authority for whatever interests, what do we do? To sit back, accept the consequence, or do we stand up? Now, it's very easy to stand up if you have specific interests with it. If you're losing your property, your next of kin, your family are being threatened, tatayo ka talaga. Pero, pag hindi ikaw damay, alam mo, anong gagawin natin? Tayo mga Pilipino, masyado tayong relax eh. Okay lang, hindi naman ako eh. Sila tinatamaan eh. Sila ang tinitira. But you know, that's where we fall. If you allow abuse to take over and to take place in your neighborhood, you are only allowing this abuse to come closer to your community and closer to your family. You have to address it. And we have to celebrate those who take time, who have the guts to actually do what is correct. Now, this situation, and like many other situations, sure, it has considerations. And there is what you call rule of law. But sometimes there are what you call horses. Tama po yung kabayo. Horses that have gliders, that can't see anything else and use the rule of law to their advantage, not realizing they are stepping on their own community. Now, we have laws made by man for man. Let us not forget, the country and government is there for the people, not the other way around. Which is why nag-people power nga tayo, sunundan pa tayo ng mundo. Ang problema, binalik lang natin yung mga dinastiya at oligarkiya. Never mind that issue. Let's talk about real day-to-day issues. Today, I bring to you local government. I bring to you Quezon City. With us, we have, from the MEADOWS Association, we have Maryann Vargas. And we also have Chang, who I like to call, he'd rather have his title under his name as Better Quezon City, but I like to call him as the Maverick for a Better Quezon City. Okay ba, Johnny, with that intro? Ay mo sabihin ko yung Maverick for Quezon City.
Nakaka-humble.
No, you deserve it because you stand up for a better Quezon City. Maryann Vargas. May I call you Maryann?
Sure. I'm still young.
There you go. You have issues with MEADOWS. Paki-explain naman sa atin. Very short, straight to the point. Okay. Anong problema nyo sa Quezon City government?
Yeah. 1.5 years ago, we wrote a letter to Mayor Herbert Bautista that we are having a stand that the homeowners are opposing the building of Barangay Hall, which is supposed to be an open space park for the enjoyment of the residents.
When you bought property in MEADOWS together with your community, your neighbors, that was part of the promise and the deal that that open park or that open space remain and stay a park. you may not own it directly, but as an association, you own it. Correct?
Yes.
Hindi naman nakasulat sa limitations nyo, di ba, sa title.
Tama.
Ito, hindi na ito open park to, this is part of it. Parang sinabi mo, may simbahan dito, may eskwelahan dyan. Ito commercial, ito residential. Maliwanag po yun.
Maliwanag
Ano
po.
nangyari?
Well, we have a deed of donation which came from Ortigas during 1998. It is very clear in the deed of donation that in PD 957, this open space is only for the use of and enjoyment of the residents. No? So we have really banked on that as far as our investments, as far as our peace in our community, that this open space park will really be as beautiful as any other parks
Kailangan nyo ng
here.
open space park
Yes,
areas.
yes,
Because tabi-tabi, bibilin mo, you only buy so much for your requirement, but you like, when you buy, it's about the area
Yes.
and the amenities. Kumbaga, amenities po yan. Di ba,
Parang,
Jan?
parang playground.
Playground.
Playground sa mga tao.
Okay.
And based on the allotted space that we have bought, based on the regulation, there is a 30% use of the open space park. Kaya naka-equate yan, Harry, sa anong space ang allocated. Ano? So this particular one is on Temple Drive, which is almost at the back of Corinthian
That's high
Gardens.
profile, highly commercial
Ah,
today.
highly commercial.
Because of
That-
the development of Acropolis,
Acropolis.
and likod ng White Plains. Naging shortcut pa yan,
Yes.
so tumaas ang values.
Values, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
consequently.
Years ago, we were a gated community. This is called the Green Meadows Phase 3. There is a Green Meadows 1 wherein they are gated. Ours have been gated before. Not until Ortigas donated our open space to the government, no? And that still, we are the administrator of the said park, no?
Alright.
So sila lang ang magme-maintain ng roads, street lighting, and the others. But very specific here in the Ortigas deed of donation, it says here that this area will only be used solely for playgrounds, parks, no? For the enjoyment of our children,
Of
our
course.
residents. So, yun ang nawala sa amin, Harry. That about, when was that? July of 2012, I stopped the groundbreaking in our open space park. Meron na awarded without the knowledge of
Ang bilis, ah.
Ang
May
bilis, diba?
tatayo na. Groundbreaking,
Oh.
may
I mean-
tatayo ng building.
I mean, in due respect with the association, I think it's just proper that they consult and then tell us exactly
You're
where
the
they will
stakeholders.
position it. Because we are the stakeholders, we are the administrators. And I came in there like 35 years ago. It was Kogon and everything. Now that we have spent money, the association has spent money developing it, putting a parking space, putting a lot of plant exhibits, because we were really banking on an eco-nature program that would teach our household, that would teach our youth to be able to maximize yung arts activities. So about 10 years ago, I wrote a letter stating that we need to put up the open space park into a usable area such as a multipurpose hall for the residents.
Natayo nyo yung multipurpose.
It was never been granted.
Hindi in-approve.
Hindi in-approve nila.
No, walang nangyari.
Walang
But
may
right
gusto.
now that I am coming up in the open, they are telling me, we will put a multipurpose hall in your place. Well, sit down with me. I'm a human being. I am easy to talk to. You know, just kasama kami dapat sa planning yan, di ba? Hindi pwede yung the nicest part of the Temple Street will be used as a barangay, no? So that the enjoyment now of the residents satisfied the community, no? In fact, we are not the only ones affected here. It is Green Meadows 1 who have been really taking action on what to do and say that they are also in opposition to this.
Johnny, anong base mo dito? Anong take mo rito?
Alam mo, Hari, may sasabihin ako sa'yo. Last time nag-usap tayo,
Yes, yes.
meron kang sinabi yung unang salita mo eh. Binoto nyo eh. Ako na uulitin ko. Binoto nyo eh. Ang problema kasi right now, I'm very happy lumabas si Ma'am Maryann. This is now what we call this you're fighting for your rights. Okay? Don't be afraid of City Hall. Because you are taxpayer, you have all the rights. And they have to consult you. Sa kami, under the local government ko, meron tinatawag Local Development Council. Prior to all these things, has to be through, meron tinatawag na yung council, gagawa ng program, has to be approved by the council. City
Ano
Council.
sa kanila na shortcut sila?
Well, na-shortcut, pero basically, they have to consult them. Pero alam naman natin sa City Hall, lahat ng consultation is already rigged. Parang formality lang, wala ka na magagawa. Pero meron kayong magagawa eh. Kasi that's why I was asking her, in the last election of barangay, dapat naka-preempt nyo kung anong gagawin nyo. Dapat nakahanda na kayo. Kasi right now, ang problema sa buong Quezon City, we are being run by people who have self-interest, who don't care about people. If you ask them what they have to do, wala.
Interest lang.
Interest lang.
Nila.
Kailangan taas ang buwis.
Which is what's happening.
Gusto ko to. Kunin ko lang. Pero isipin mo yung programa nila, wala. Ang programa niya, kinuha maliit seedling, binigay sa Ayala. Yung sa inyo, katulad yung parking nyo para sa anak nyo. Hindi lang basta, kinuha na lang sa inyo. Yun ang sinasabi ho natin. It's about time. The middle class, those people have and have not, should join together, come out with a good council and get involved. Not just talking, get involved and do what is right. Maybe this is already a lesson to all of us. It's happening to you, it's already happening to us. Like the other day, yung pagtaas ng buwis na socialized housing saka yung garbage fee. Meron isang meron isang attorney, Attorney June Ferrer yata yan, Jose Ferrer. Nag-file siya ng TRO sa Supreme Court, nag-grant.
Nag-grant.
Natigil yun. Natigil ho yun. Pero it doesn't stop them.
No.
Meron pa silang gagawin ibang hakbang. Kaya nga paulit-ulit tayo nagsasalita. Tumayo na ho tayo tiga Quezon City. Masyadong abuso. Naging tayong alipin ng mga politiko. Dapat sila maging alipin natin.
Baliktad.
Baliktad eh. Kaya nga sinasabi natin, sana si Mayor Herbert, intindihin mo naman. Di ba? Lalo yung mga councilor sa district nyo. Dapat intindihin yung kapakanan ng mga tiga-Green Meadows. Di ba?
Bakit doon naman tinatayo? What is your information? Why specifically doon gusto lagay? And number one, di ba may barangay hall na naman that exists all this time? Doon, bakit yun ang gusto nila? Kasi commercial, mataas ang commercial value. In other words, ang feeling nyo as residents, inaagawang kayo ng lupa that is due all of you, the whole village. Am I saying the right things? Parang gano'n ang ba? You know, I have this problem in my village, in Ayala, Alabang. Biro mo, in the middle of the greenery, in the area where the association is, all of a sudden, last year, they wanted to build a 3-story barangay hall inside Ayala, Alabang village. Not for anything.
So parang the same?
It's exactly the same.
Okay.
But the residents came out, and came election, the old barangay did not run anymore. And those that did run, kulelat, tanggal, nawala. Maybe that's what you have to do. Kasi, if I'm not mistaken, Johnny, di ba, we've got 1 more year to go before the elections. If you can resist somehow that they not groundbreak and go further than breaking, voting them out will reduce their power and the abuse of their authority towards your residents. Di ba? This is what John is saying. Kailangan talaga But, ang sinasabi naman ni Maryann, hindi naman siya naghahanap ng gulo. Wala naman siyang political interest.
Not at all.
Wala siyang aspirations to become a mayor, councilor, barangay captain. You are just protecting the rights of your community.
Yes.
And yet, tinatapakan kayo. Bakit ganun ba ginagawa, Jan? Ganun ba Quezon City?
Ganyan talagang Quezon City. Kasalanan natin po lahat yan eh. We let those people run our life. They don't care about us eh. Isipin mo, ang budget ni Mayor, meron siyang personal budget 4.5 billion. Last year, 3.6.
Grabe.
Diba?
Susunod sa presidente, siya na ang pinakamalaking budget.
Opo, yung
Totoo.
Vice President only 400 million eh.
That's why.
Kaya nga sinasabi ko kay kasamang Maryann, gising na tayo, we cannot just live in the comfort of our house anymore. That's why merong tinatawag, alam mo, yung laban to, di man laban natin eh. Laban ng kinabukasan ng, actually, it's happening all over the country.
Kinabukasan ng lahat.
We are being overtaxed. Pagising natin sumaga, sa mga senior citizen, wala ka ng trabaho, meron kang mali na lupa, meron kang mali na bahay, kakabuy sa iyo, pag di mo kayang bayaran ng buwis,
Out ka.
out ka. Ang may-ari nun,
Quezon City.
Quezon City Hall. Yan ang nangyayari po sa inyo. Pero ang alam mo, nakakalungkot eh. Sigurado sa Green Meadows, lahat ng Green Meadows, meron kayong mga abogado, may mga congressmen sigurado lang.
High-end ang Green Meadows,
Oo nga.
hindi low-end yan.
Oh, yun nga.
Excuse me.
May abogado talagang high-end ng abogado ron. Di ba?
sigurado ako.
May congressman nakatira doon. Ano malay mo, may senator. Mag-join, may joint effort kayo lahat.
How is your village? How is the participation of the residents
Well,
in
it
your
is-
village?
yeah,
Do they
thank-
all care about what's going
Thank
on?
you, Harry, for asking that, because when I came out in the open, I so much appreciated how concerned this neighboring villages
So lumabas na.
are.
They voiced out na rin.
in
Hindi na
fact-
tumatago.
Yes, hindi na tumatago. In fact, every single resident who I ask, no, sometimes I ask people from White Plains, I ask people from Acropolis or any other area, they wouldn't want the peace and quietness of our village, no. Unang-una, based on PD 957, as I said, that no building structure will be put up there except recreational facilities that would be
So
benefiting.
classic
Yes.
example of the law breaking the law.
Yes.
Yes.
Abuse.
This is a very
Abuse.
clear
Abuse of authority.
this is a very clear violation of what is the PD 957, and it states very clearly there that should there be any changes or alteration on the deed of the nation or whatever plans, then they have to get permission from HLURB, no,
To change
to change it with the permission as well
of the
of the
stakeholders.
Yes,
Pero wala ba si restriction yan? Di ba lahat ng titulo may restriction yan sa likod?
Alam mo, problema kasi they just run through eh. If you do not
I
complain,
can't believe that this is actually happening.
it's already happening. It's not only in your village. I live in a Grace Village nung araw. Meron kami isang 5,000 square meter na open space. Nawala.
Laki naman, ano? 5,000 square.
No,
Sige, go ahead.
this is 9,000.
Ah,
So,
9,000
isipin mo,
to,
isang
1
hektarya.
hectare to.
Isang hektarya. Kaya nga sabi ko, is a multiplying effect eh. Pag di mo, if you do not stop it, they will keep on doing it. So, ang final solution niya, at the end of the day, alam ng solution. First, mag-file ka ng kaso. Pangalawa, in the next election, don't vote for it.
Tanggalin mo. Then it becomes moot and academic.
Ah.
But surely they don't have enough votes. Hindi kaya. Kinausap niyo na yung barangay kapitan niyo.
Well,
He probably lives in the same area.
actually, it emanated there, Harry.
Nakapatay. Parang village din pala namin, mga residente rin yung barangay eh.
Yeah, actually, this is what
Nag-umpisa
happened.
rin yun eh.
Yeah, this is what happened. There was an invitation coming from the barangay chairwoman, no, for a discussion dialogue. So I was kind of interested kung anong pwedeng pag-usapan dito, no? Because as I said, a year and a half ago, there has been a letter forwarded to Mayor Herbert that the residents do not allow it, no?
Alam niya na.
Oh, yes. Hindi
Okay.
naman kami ano dito eh. This is not a new thing. They wrote a letter also, the barangay also wrote a letter to put up the barangay hall in the open space park where Christ the King Church is. We call it the lower park.
The
This
lower
one that
portion,
they had the groundbreaking is the upper Green Meadows Park.
Hinahanap pa nila yung pinaka-prime.
It's overlooking, that's why, gusto nila fresh air overlooking. At saka, no.
Ang tawag dito, kapalmoks.
Harry, when they came up there, I was also out of the country. So it's sad to see, parang I realized that most of the plants that we have nasira in such a way na this is exactly where they're putting up the barangay hall. This is 3.5 stories, I think, of a space. So saan natin ilalagay ngayon itong mga needs of a barangay?
Alam mo, bakit ganon, Johnny? Ganon ba talaga ang trend ngayon? Lakihan lahat ng barangay. Kasi ang lalaki ng mga budget ng mga to eh.
Alam mo, Hari, ang sinasabi natin, hindi lang political dynasty eh. Political mafia.
Yes, you mentioned the mafia.
Itong sinasabi ko, ang tungkulin ng gobyerno ay tumutulong.
Service.
Serbisyo.
Service.
Saka hindi mo,
Service to the community.
Yes,
saka hindi mo pwede i-kontra yung gusto ng taong bayan sa isang area.
just because some...
Kapritsyo.
Capriccio. Mas gusto pa yung higher portion kung saan overlooking Libis,
Di ba?
tsaka Marikina, at mas maganda yung hangin.
hangin.
Oh.
Grabe. Kung yung mga residente, mas mababa pa nga eh.
Yun ang problema eh. Kasi wala nagsasalita. Pero dahil lumabas si Maryann sa ibang kasama nila sa Green Meadows, baka magbago. Baka magbago.
How far is the case? Is it prospering? It's not yet in court.
No, it's not yet in court because I am only in the opening of this,
This issue.
because I want to have a dialogue with the mayor. I tried several...
Na you've tried. You mean you have a mayor in the city you are a resident of which you are a taxpayer, and you formally have written your mayor ni hindi ka binalikan. Alam mo, bawal sa batas yan. They have 15 days. Elected officials, when they're written to, are formally given 15 days
to
from
answer
date
back.
of receipt. At that point, you can go to a court and demand that they reply to you formally, if not apologize in front of you.
Well,
Just so you know.
Yes, I know that. That is the reason why I met up with them, no, the city. I went to City Hall together with the whole board.
Oh, good.
And I was advised, Mrs. Vargas, this is to tell you that you can start with your legal action because we are
wow.
having a groundbreaking on February 25. I said, that is 10 days or 2 weeks from now. You know,
Challenge ka.
Challenge. Yeah,
ka.
okay.
In other words, sino kilala mo? Who do you think you are? Di ba?
Yan ang
sagot sa'yo.
Yan ang paghamon ng nila sa inyo.
Yan ang hamon sa'yo ng City Hall. Sino ka ba? Kami na sa poder.
What are we in power
diba?
for?
What are we in power for?
yeah, but it is actually it is the barangay herself who are really putting into her position na doon ilagay. No, there are so many other areas that
Amenado naman kayo.
Yeah,
You'll be more amenable.
Yeah, because first of all, there is no walk-in traffic passable dito sa Temple Drive na to. No, nor the lower part. Higher and lower part, it will take people to walk by mga 30 minutes, I would say, from EDSA.
Abala yun.
Malayo. Kawawa ang mga tao din.
Well,
so why put it where...
In your barangay, does it serve only the village residents or does it serve the poorer constituents in the area? Meron ba kayong puro doon? Kasi alam ko you're surrounded by Acropolis, Green Meadows 1, 2, and 3, the better portion of White Plains, correct? And the upper portion or the rear of Corinthian. And of course, Libis, which is all commercial anyway. Meron ba dyan
Urban poor?
urban poor?
Meron din, some parts.
Meron kayong urban poor?
yeah.
I'm impressed.
Some
Meron pala
parts,
doon?
some parts. Because the barangay Ugong Norte is composed of anim yan eh. It's included also in commercial ng Robinson's.
The perimeter there sa likod.
Yes.
Johnny,
No, I'm sorry. I have to correct you on that. Yung Robinson's na mall is
Robinson's
also
Mall.
included. Yeah. So from
kaya
that, it
pala.
envelopes towards
Well, just
bababa sa Libis.
just those working there become part of the barangay. They can.
So majority is middle class.
Yes, middle class. But
Then you have to get yourself involved. That's what happened to Makati before, Concepcion. When the urban poor want to go in Forbes Park.
Yes.
correct.
That's why, yun yung sinasabi natin.
Kaya tumayo yung mga residente
It's about time, tumayo kayo. Alam mo, simple lang lahat yan. It depends on what you're going to do.
Correct. Johnny, Maryann, we're going to have to take a short break. We're at the bottom of the hour. Ladies and gentlemen, to stand for what is right or to just sit back and continue watching TV. Hindi naman ako nakatira dyan sa magandang lugar ng Green Meadows eh. Pero alam mo, huwag ka mag-alala. Balang araw, ang problema nito, parang bagyo, hihipa ng bahay mo at ang baha papasukan ka. Kasi wala kang ginawa na maayos para iprotekta ang pamilya mo, ang komunidad mo, at kapwa Pinoy. Yan ang problema. Kanya-kanya po tayo eh. So, if you want to learn more, you want to inject proper critical analysis towards what is going on around us, stay tuned. We'll be right back.